how you all doing?
Good ears.
I'm joined by little one. Yeah, it's a nice cloudy, grey kind of 4th of July.
Yeah, I know. Do you love my lipstick? Yes.
Okay, just a minute, good girl. Right, before I start today's video, I just wanted to apologise for my tardiness. Thank you, darling. Because obviously I haven't been on for a while. I made a video for a bit, but when I'm not doing this and other things, I think I mentioned in other videos that I'm an exam invigilator. So it's been exam season, GCSEs, A levels, and it's been crazy. So yeah, I haven't really found the time because I was busy with that, and then it was coming home, and then it was.
No, we had coming home all day.
Yeah, and then I was tired. Or there was PTA meetings, and it was just all the kids were home. There was a kid home different times, and it was just finding the peace and quiet.
And they were so funny.
Yeah, and yeah. So it was just a little bit manic to find the time. But I'm here. I'm back. I've got different ideas I want to share with you and do. Some hopefully quieter without this. But anyway, so now I've got that out of the way, and I'm sorry. Thanks for sticking by me still. Without further ado, we'll get into the episode. Hello. Welcome to another episode of Ghosts, Myths and Legends. Are you sitting quietly and comfortably? Shall we begin? Wait a minute, that's a bit rude. I'm trying to talk. Go away. Well, after that little interruption, I think you can tell what today's story is going to be. Yes, today we are talking about banshees. And I think most people have heard about banshees. They are as Irish as Guinness, St. Paddy's Day and Liam Neeson. And while Wales, Scotland and even some Norse traditions do have their own versions, 9 times out of 10 when you think banshees, you think Ireland, and those are usually the type that are seen in the horror films. Now, Banshee means woman of the fairies or of the fairy mound. But this is a slight confusion on the name because while she has become linked with fairies, she herself isn't a fairy, not really. She is part of the Fae because she is an otherworldly being that lives in the other realm or a fairy realm, and she is a spirit, which would make her the Fae, but not technically a fairy. But somehow they become interlinked, and that is how she is known. Now, there are a few tales of how our banshees came to be. Now, one tale is that in the 8th century, like a lot of stories and a lot of sort of funerals back in those days, women were employed to lament the death of the person at a funeral, and usually they were there to cry or to wail or to sing, and this is what these ladies were there for. They were there to sing and lament and, you know, respect the dead in shows of emotion. And bye sweetheart, and as such they were called keeners. Now, what they think is that these women, some of them, took their payment in alcohol and became quite frivolous and wild and alcoholic, and as such this was deemed as sin, and they were punished to become banshees. Now, the other legend is that she was a young, beautiful woman, and she had either been brutally murdered or she had died in childbirth. and she stays close to the family so that she can help warn of impending doom. Now, this Banshee is distorted, and she shows herself as an old woman with rotten teeth, and she's dressed in rags. Yeah, and she has, yeah, her eyes are red.
I don't know. What you looking?
And
My face.
Blood red and filled with hate. And apparently, if you ever look into this Banshee's eyes directly, you will instantly die. I apologise for the noise. She'll be at school soon. It'll be better. Her scream is so shrill, and her mouth is constantly opened so that the sound torments the souls of the living. Now,
What?
yes, I did say soul.
So is my word.
Anywho, some people believe that every family has their own Banshee that stays around. Yes, I am, and watches over them. Where some believe that Banshees are only attached to the 4 main pure bloodlines of Ireland and or the royal family. And our Banshee, she has lots of disguises and guises, and there are lots of different versions of how people see her. Maybe each one that is attached to each different thing. 1. She is a beautiful woman wearing a shroud of just a white shroud. 2. A pale woman in a white dress with long red hair. 3. A woman with a long silver dress and long silver hair. 4. A headless woman carrying a bowl of blood that is naked from the waist up. I don't know why I did down. The waist up. This is covered. These are out. And then we have 5. An old woman. She is frightening red eyes, a green dress and long white hair. And then number 6 is an old woman with a veil who wears a black dress with long grey hair. And obviously they can take other forms as well. A Banshee is known to take the forms of animals such as stoats, weasels, hares, crows, all things that were sort of known with like the dark side and things like that. Now when she is spotted, and also when she's just moving around doing what she does, she vanishes in a cloak of mist. Mist always appears when she's gone, and there's a sound like a flutter of birds in flight. Oh yeah, yes she does. Now, just how our Banshee has a different appearance, depending on what family and what area she comes from, she also has a different distinct sound as well. In Leinster, her sound is supposed to be so shrill it can break glass. In Tyrone, it's like boards banging together really loud and like just an annoying, horrible sound. But
I'm not a naughty sound.
She is annoying, yeah.
I'm not annoying.
But in Kerry, their sound is pleasing and pleasant. It's like a slow, soft song. Yeah, low, soft song. Now, some people as well say that she will sing and scream and make her sounds for nights in a row leading up to the impending doom of the family member. Others say it's only on the night of the death that is about to happen that she comes out and she cries her warning song to let them know that this stuff is about to go down.
Down?
So,
down?
with all that, you know, she warns of impending doom. She's either been wronged or she's been punished, but she's very loyal unless she's the one who, you know, has been murdered. Are they good or bad? Now, this is where the Banshee story gets juicy. And I didn't know this until I looked more into it, because I always thought, yeah, they went around, they screamed, they warned of death, and, you know, they were a bit, maybe, not so pleasant to look upon. But, as with everything, there are good and there are bad Banshees. Now, most of the Banshees, like I said, have a really strong connection to their family. They're loyal, they love their family. That's why they stay around. For whatever reason, they became a Banshee, and they stay around so that they can stay connected to their family, and so that they can warn them of the impending doom, and they feel sad and they mourn for them when that happens. And usually their songs are filled with a sad, haunting love for the family and for the tragedy that's going to happen. But you also get some that for some reason they absolutely hate, or as the Grinch would say, loathe entirely, the family that they are linked to. Now, whether it's because they were murdered by someone in that family, or because, like with how the other girl maybe had the baby and it was that family and she resents them, we don't know. But yes, they hate them with a passion. And their cries chill you to the bone when they sing their song, and it's almost as if they are celebrating. They are reveling in the shit that's about to befall this family, in the tragedy that is going to happen and go down. They are living for it. They are so enjoying it. They celebrate it with their song. Oh yeah. Ooh, dandy, 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 doo doo. And then there are some Banshees that will actively seek out their victims, and they will come to them and they will sing their song over and over and over. Their aim is to actively drive the person to suicide, and if they can't succeed in making them kill themselves, they will drive them insane. Literally, not just drive you insane like an annoying song, they will drive you insane. But this is not the worst Banshee out there. The worst Banshee is one that can actually physically tear you to pieces. She will literally rip you to shreds. I don't think there's even a song. There's no rhyme or reason to it. She will tear you to pieces. And it's this Banshee that is usually usually presented in the horror films where they have Banshees, the evil one, the rip them apart ones, and the not overly pleasant ones. But for the most part, excuse me now, Banshees are good. They just have a job and they hang around their families, and you know their job is to warn the family of impending doom and let them know that something not grand is going down. And yeah, it's just to be around that family and let them know what is about to happen. And most of them do feel sorrow and they sing really beautifully haunting songs. But on that note, you better pray that you've got the right Banshee watching over you. I hope you enjoyed this little story about Banshees and all things creepy. I apologise for the little one. Like I said, she'll be at school soon, so in a few more months. There'll be peace and quiet. I'm sorry that I missed a few before. Thank you all for sticking by me. Thank you for watching. my little tales. Tales of the unexpected, but I'll get copyrighted. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Take care of yourselves. You're very greatly appreciated and you're very worth it. And if you hear any strange squeaking woman, pray it's the right one and then it's not warning of your impending doom. If you like this video, thumbs up. Hit the ding-a-ling so you don't miss this and you can hang out with me again. And subscribes, and then we can do more of this, talking about all the weird, wacky things there are in the world, Ski. Again, goodbye. Thank you. God bless. All that jazz. See you soon. So beware.